everybody, Fries101Reviews here, and welcome to the first episode of Season 3 of Fries101Reviews Interviews. People, in the last interview that I did for Season 2, I did Games That's Lit 101. Definitely give that a check out in the description, so yeah. The next interview that I'm doing for the first episode of Season 3 is Larnuu Works. So, say hi, dude.
Hey, how's it going?
Alright.
So, like, what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about a bunch of Bionicle stuff. We're gonna talk about like what was my first Bionicle and all that, or are we gonna get into juicy things like existentialism, or if the atom bomb deserved to be made, or if it was better off not being invented?
I do have a list of vague questions. Most of them are
All right.
biotube related. So yeah. The first question is tell me about yourself.
Well, what was there to say? I mean, I think I'm a very self-explanatory individual. Once you hear my voice, you know what I'm all about. No, but seriously though, right now I'm currently focused on getting my film degree at a college right now. I'm also trying to get some cartoons started up on my YouTube channel, Cube Punks. But primarily what I'm known for online is for my Bionicle stop motion fan videos I did back when I was in high school. Most popular ones being my Truth About Biotuber series, my Gakuen Rio series, and my series that was just one giant troll known as Tahu.
Yeah. The next question is when did you start doing YouTube?
Around 2012. I was actually interested in stop motion a little bit earlier. Actually, I forget if it's actually 2012 or 2011. But point is, though, that I did have an interest into wanting to start doing Bionicle YouTube after I found out about it after Bionicle ended. Because after Bionicle ended, I'm jumping around all over the place, sorry, but this is what I do. When Bionicle ended, I was disappointed. I was like, oh man, they're not going to make any more Bionicle stuff. So I was just looking around Bionicle things on the internet, and then I found out that there were a lot of people who do Bionicle stop motion fan videos. So I was like, oh, this is cool. I want to do that. And for a while, I was making stop motion videos before I actually started uploading to YouTube. And I did that for maybe about a year, and then I started actually uploading to YouTube. And then, I just, worked up and just continued making the videos for a while.
All right.
Yeah. It wasn't, I then kind of like around the time when I left high school and started college is when I wouldn't say exactly completely stopped doing Bionicle videos, but I kind of started phasing out of, focusing on that only.
All right. The next question is how did you meet Cowan Lord of Fire?
How that started was that IDS5621, I did a couple videos where he voiced my stuff, and we talked a little bit, as much as you can talk, back. Some people don't know this, but a while back, 300 updates ago on YouTube, there used to be an email messaging type service on there. And IDS and I would talk back and forth occasionally, and then one day he was like, hey, do you have a Skype? We can use that because that's actually communication. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then I went on Skype, added him as a contact, and then I think the first conversation I had with him was a Skype group call with two of his other friends, which were Callan LOF and JComics98. And kind of just just kind of kept in contact with Callan since.
All right. The next question is what type of animation software did you use to do your Lego stop motions?
Okay, so I've jumped around a lot of software over my years. Like before I uploaded on YouTube, what I used to do was actually imported all the images in Flash and edited them within Flash, which is a terrible idea. Don't do that. The videos I then started uploading to YouTube, I did via iMovie. Whichever version came with one of the editions of the iMac. It's not like the newest version of iMovie. It's like the one before it. I don't know the name of it. I think it's like iMovie 10, 12 or something like that. So then I used that for a while, and then I got Final Cut Pro X, where I started doing a combination of the two, where I would like animate and like do like the audio syncing within iMovie, and then I'd do like special effects within Final Cut. And then after that, when I switched from using a Mac and started using a PC, I started doing everything within Adobe Premiere, which most like starting to 2013 is when I started using Final Cut in my process, and then last let's see, it was probably a year ago from now is when I started using Premiere for my stop motion, which it can be seen in the Unapex and Pals Gak and Rio crossover #2.
The next question is, what got you inspired into doing biotube stuff?
Well, as I said earlier, was that Bionicle ended, and I wanted to, I was looking around on the internet and trying to find more Bionicle stuff because I needed my fix man. And then I found just some Bionicle stop motion videos online, and I found out there was a community for it, and I just wanted to be a part of it because, I like Bionicle, and, this is one way that Bionicle is still going.
All right. The next question is, what drawing software do you use to do your cartoon animations?
Okay, so for my cartoon animations, there's I don't have a set process on how I do my backgrounds yet. I jump around from using Photoshop to just get it within Adobe Animate, and a couple times I think I've opened up Clip Studio for it. But point is, the backgrounds, no set process for it. The actual animation of the characters themselves, though, has always been Adobe Animate.
All right. The next question is, what got you inspired into doing cartoons?
Well, actually, the interesting thing about it is that long before I actually wanted to do biotube stuff, I actually had more of an interest in cartoons. Back when, like, in 2008, like, I would go on Newgrounds all the time, and I loved animators like Harry Partridge and Egoraptor. I just thought all that stuff was really cool, but I never really got into doing the hand-drawn animation, mostly because I wasn't a very good artist at the time. Then when I saw the Bionicle stop motion stuff, though, it kind of had a little bit of the realization of, wait, there's a way to animate where I don't have to draw 2 billion times. So then I started doing that. But then over time, when I started doing Bionicle stuff, it's kind of a little bit like, focusing and only doing fan videos is kind of a little limiting. Kind of want to branch out and start doing like more original ideas in there. So then that's when I forced myself into sitting down, buying a sketchbook, and actually drawing every single day. And after a year of doing it and not liking it, I eventually grew to like it. And then that's how I transitioned over to do it. So kind of a little bit more of like a old thing I always had an interest in doing, then it kind of died out, then stop motion kind of brought it back, and then I started working up the skill to actually do it.
All right. The next and final question is, do you plan to continue to do YouTube as a job in the future?
So the current thing is that right now, my main endeavor I'm doing right now is while balancing school, I'm also trying to get started doing a reboot of my Bionicle Gak and Rio series, but making it a completely original cartoon. And what I hopefully will be able to do with that is kind of branch out into doing other things. I don't quite have a plan of like exactly where I want to take it to. Because I don't know if that will be like, people will want to have a Patreon and try, basically support the show, and I make a living through Patreon and making the Gak and Rio web show, or if I'll be able to use the web show as kind of like a way to kind of as a portfolio piece, and people will be like, oh, this is cool, we can get them a job doing this on some other production. I don't think that YouTube will as a source of income. YouTube is not going to be my primary source of income, and if I were to do quote-unquote YouTube videos for a living, it would only be if I had Patreon supporting me. Really, if Really, I have mostly a desire on trying to be in some sort of animation studio environment, be it be it my own studio or being part of some staff in some other studio. That would be the dream more so than but if but YouTube itself, nah, I'm not really necessarily married to the idea of having YouTube as my job. Not opposed to it, but I don't see it happening, and it probably won't happen.
All right. I guess I have answered every single question that I could think of. So, is there anything? I'll make sure to put uh, Larnu's channel down in the description below for you guys to check him out. So, yeah, is there anything that you want to say before I end the video?
Well, I'm working on things right now. As it's you can probably dictate through me repeating it 2 billion times what I'm actually working on, and it's the thing that starts with a G and has an R in it. Gakko and Rio. Anyway, so but the I'm still working on that, but again, school does get in the way with that, so it's not exactly being immediate. I should but that's my main thing I'm currently working on. Along with that, I also do have some short films and live action I plan on getting around to doing as well. So I have things going down the pipeline. It's just that right now that school is very demanding. So I apologize if it seems like I'm kind of dead and out of existence. I mean, if it gives you any, if there's any consolation right now, I did start my spring break today, so hopefully that means that I will be able to have some time to actually get something done. Anyway, but yeah, I don't really have anything else to say besides, if you like my stuff, please watch it and support me. It's always appreciated, and if you don't really care for my stuff, can't force you to like it.
Yeah. And also, be sure to expect Larnuu works in a few episodes of Bionicle Wars coming out this summer. I believe he plays a little tiny part, but he's not that small of a part, but he's a little Lee Matoran. I don't want to go too much of it, but expect him to play a Lee Matoran in my series of Bionicle Wars. So yeah. So I guess that's pretty much about it. I guess thank you guys so much for watching and Fries Reviews. I'll see you guys when I'll be interviewing, well, I don't know who will interview next, so you're just going to have to wait and find out. So yeah. So yes, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching Big Fries Reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Bye-bye.